Hello, and welcome to another episode of TacoBytes, your daily bite of Degen, episode number 408, live at SmartCon Hackathon Day 1, and I'm here with
Joel.
Joel.
Joel Authority. So,
And how are you doing, sir?
doing well. Okay. Keeping on. What time is it right now? Yeah, it's almost 12 midnight.
Yeah, and it has been a day. Have you done the talks or have you just been building all day?
No, building, helping the Chainlink community advocates, just moving around all the time, and it has been so good. Like, there's a lot of refreshment, a lot of food, like everything is there. So great.
I personally have to say, quick shout out to Chainlink for having a ton of monsters and Red Bulls.
Yeah.
I think I've maybe had too many, or maybe not enough.
I don't drink energy drinks, but mostly coffee, like a lot of coffee, like 4, 5 coffee. And now I'm just trying to
sip the tea.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, calm down, but still keep you going.
Yes, at least for 5 more hours.
All right. Where are you from?
Originally from Nigeria, but I grew up in Thailand, and I moved from Thailand to Spain.
So do you live here in Barcelona?
I live in Madrid. I used to live in Barcelona for 9 months, then I moved to Madrid.
Nice. All right, cool. So why SmartCon?
Oh, I've been a huge fan of Chainlink since probably 3 years now.
Okay.
And I've been following the development. I work full time. The company I work for is called Certify. We have great partnership with Chainlink Lab. We've been like collaborating for a long time. I'm a super fan of Chainlink solutions and everything. So everywhere Chainlink goes, I go.
Nice. One of the big pushes here for a lot of the bounties is the CCIP.
Yes. Blockchain interoperability is the big thing. It's the big next thing in the blockchain ecosystem. We know we've experienced a lot of hack in the bridges ecosystem. The blockchain, a native blockchain is not allowed to communicate together. It's more like autonomous. Yeah. So with CCIP, this cross-chain interoperability is possible. Sending arbitrary message from one blockchain to another is possible with it. And also, the cool part of it is not only cross-chain or interchain messaging, is the ability of CCIP to unite various liquidity from different chains, which is called liquidity unification. So it brings all the liquidity together. Yeah. So now it solves the problem of liquidity fragmentations.
Yeah, sharded liquidity has been like the downfall of a lot of projects, especially looking at branching out to multiple different chains. You know, they want to incentivize new users, especially if a chain has a lot of fire, but they don't want to move their liquidity from like their LP pool, because then it would look bad on chain, when really it's moving money from one side to another side.
I mean, like I said, native blockchain is not designed to connect it together, which that in itself is a problem that needs to be solved. Yeah. And if a liquidity reside on one chain, it will cost more to replicate similar liquidity on other chain, which is practically impossible. That is why a lot of projects just build liquidity on only one chain. Which makes interoperability practically impossible when it comes to blockchain. But with CCIP right now, you could have your liquidity on one chain, and other users could communicate or interact with this liquidity from other chain without actually moving the liquidity from this chain to the other blockchain.
And so, some of the things that I've sort of devised out with that is even like multi-chain liquidity pools. That you have. You could go as simple as like base USDC and Polygon USDC, and people can put in both sides and easily trade back and forth.
Yes. Now, and the current design of blockchain, or most of the traditional bridges, or the third-party bridges that is in the ecosystem, they normally have to centralize, even though they distributed the liquidity from one protocol to another, it's going through a centralized entity, which is the bridges.
Yeah.
That's why you see a lot of bridges has been a target of hacks. So
all
they
that
know,
money becomes
yeah,
a vector.
exactly. So
You know,
they know if they attack this bridge, they have access to multiple liquidity. With CCIP, this is practically impossible. You cannot, because the decentralized Oracle and the multiple node that CCIP is using doesn't allow that, doesn't allow decentralized attack vectors. And also now you could natively interact with many project tokens that come across different chain without actually trying to divide the liquidity over time. So
Yeah.
we have a pool of liquidity where if a user from this chain is interacting with it with the liquidity, other user from other chain still be interacting with the same liquidity without actually affecting the liquidity.
Okay. And I know we see. So one of the things that's talked about a lot with CCIP is sending messages across chain.
Yes,
And so I know that it's a delegated contract call for multiple responses to if this it's an if then statement in a way.
yes.
A lot of people get confused about that, especially as we talk about the ones and zeros of code representing dollars. Those ones and zeros representing code could also mean personal data or personal messages.
Yes, arbitrary messages could be any messages, could be in form of cryptocurrency or tokenized asset, could be non-fungible, and it could be plain text messages.
Yeah.
Could be
Or it could be
something,
health records.
it could be health record, it could be
Yeah.
anything. It's just sending one data from one arbitrary data from one chain to another and make the data available from other chain. So it
Yeah.
could be anything. But the thing is this, from experience, I know Chainlink is prioritizing security over speed.
Yeah.
These arbitrary messages might experience some delay in transmitting, but at the same time is based on the security design, because now even if something happens along the way, the data will not be easily hacked because there is the latency in this transmission is by design, because you need to take care of security of those habit messages to protect the message.
And there's the trifecta usually of the security, speed, or spending.
Yes.
And you can only pick two.
Exactly. It has been one of the greatest dilemma in the blockchain ecosystem. It's called, they call it trilemma.
Yeah.
So it's always security. And most of the people always confused speed and security. You could have you could be scalable from here to the moon if it doesn't have the necessary security to back up your scalability. And that is why Ethereum still remains one of the best. Ethereum has the security, but it's not scalable.
Yeah.
Right. So,
I'm the dork that reads and update, more and more information on dank sharding, you know. And so like I see the future, but then I also see that the Ethereum Foundation is like sort of pivoting to just continue to be that beast of security, that tank that just keeps on moving and allowing for rollups, to be that faster piece, because there was also that if you can make Ethereum faster and cheaper, automatically that would roll up to making it cheaper and even faster on those layer twos.
yeah, I mean, like Vitalik itself control the rules of layer two, even the integration of ZK to scale Ethereum. And there is a book actually called I forgot the name of the book. It was written by Vitalik and the former co-founder of Ethereum from the blockchain.
Which co-founder?
The one that went to build Polkadot.
Gavin Woods.
Gavin, yes, Gavin.
We love you, Gavin.
I have the book. I have like big book, and so most of the thing that people doesn't know, that everything that Ethereum is going through right now is, or it has been part of the architectural design of Ethereum from ground zero. So even the integration of Ethereum is not scalable. Um, that is why they make it programmable enough for other applications to build on it to scale Ethereum. And we're going to experience scalability is going to be expanded beyond layer 2. We're going to have modular
Layer 3,
layer 3 modular blockchain scaling. We have other parts.
If you talk to some of the senior engineers over at Ava Labs, they say layer 4, layer 5, and layer 6.
It's going to be a stack of layers scaling the scalable like protocol that are designed to prioritize security over scalability.
Yeah. Oh, almost the fact in thinking this out now, you have like person layer that rolls up to like neighborhood layer, which rolls up to block layer to city layer, or town, and then rolls up for settlement finally.
So now we're having multiple layers, right? And the front part is going to be most of these layers are going to happen as a modular function, right? We're going to experience other improvement in terms of modularity, right? Now we are not going to be building a monolithic blockchain where one blockchain is trying to perform every task. So now we have structure. We have like maybe execution layer. There will be a blockchain that is designed to execute. And there must be like something, there will be a blockchain that is designed to carry out the finality. There's blockchain that is designed to prioritize security over everything. And then we started stacking things over and over, over and over. There is going to be an endless solution to scalability. That is why, because that problem is solvable. I just stack it one layer on top of one layer. But security problem, that is where the technicality comes from.
Yeah. And the trilemma, like we talked about, is the ever omnipresent over everyone's shoulder, to do it right, because no one wants to do it wrong, because I don't want to say we're at a precipice, but right now, as we have U.S. regulators, at the throat of DeFi in the United States, we have other countries, finally implementing legitimate blockchain regulations, almost legitimizing blockchain as a technology. And that final settlement is what really matters. So we have people that claim, 5,000 TPS, but like it's 25,000 or 2,500 TPS settlement,
I remember I said this, right? The settlement layers or the number of transactions per second doesn't really matter. I think 2 years ago, I was having a conversation on Clubhouse about how Solana could also experience a lot of problem regardless if the TPS is like high, because Ethereum doesn't know that they will experience scalability issue at first, because they thought, okay, if it's like maybe 20, 30 TPS per second, maybe we don't have enough rules and enough adoption of this to become congested.
Yeah.
And regardless, imagine if your transaction per second is like 1 million. What happens if actually 50 million people are trying to perform the transaction and you're not 12 per second? What happens?
Yeah.
Because you see, it's all right. So we from the initial design, the entire blockchain ecosystem does things like the adoption is going to be slow. So regardless, we will still be here. But what if the entire world has started using a certain blockchain and the transaction per second is designed to go 1 million, and then the transaction freezes? What is going to happen? We're still going to run into scalability issue. So
I'm gonna give you a trivia question. Someone did the math for one protocol, that if you were to have all 8 billion people on the planet use this protocol, it would take up the complete block space for the next 33 years. Can you guess what that protocol is? Ani.
3 years. I'm really bad with math, but I'm just gonna say Bitcoin.
ENS.
ENS.
If you were to give everyone on the planet an ENS,
ENS domain.
an ENS domain, all 8 billion people, it would take 33 years worth of block space.
Oh,
Of complete block space.
wow, I think that is it's possible. And imagine that happening to ENS. What happens if 20 million people trying to perform a transaction on Ethereum, or Ethereum, even though like Ethereum settlement layer, people want to try to perform transaction, even with the enormous layer 2 that is trying to scale Ethereum, we're still gonna experience, we might not experience congestion, but we're still gonna experience spark in gas fee.
Yeah.
Even the gas fee spark will also affect the gas fee price of each layer 2 that is trying to scale Ethereum. Because this is the settlement layer, this is where the finality is coming to. You rely on the security of this protocol, but the price of transaction increases. That means it will also increase the price of transaction on every layer too.
Yeah, no, it's one of those things where, we talk about scalability all the time, and things can grow. I really want to just see someone come up and like, I can serve 8 billion people right now.
It's possible. We just need to know how to integrate letters to a certain extent.
Or even taking the next 1 billion into blockchain.
It's gonna be tough.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna lie to you, it's gonna be tough. It's gonna be super tough.
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes we wish for something, but we don't know. Maybe we just want this to happen without putting into consideration the other complexity that comes with it. And since we know every blockchain experiences scalability issue, Avalanche claims to be solving most of those issues, but I'm not convinced.
I think Zen takes up a lot of space on Avalanche.
Yeah, you see. So imagine, like, we've seen NFTs, NFT shut down some products.
Yeah.
NFT transaction, shut it down some products.
Yeah.
Imagine if on one of these fashion brands that is, everybody superpower. Yeah, like 10 of them just come on one protocol. What will happen?
It would get slow and costly.
Oh yeah.
So I want to wrap this up a little bit. But what do you think of MetaMask snaps? Have you had a chance to use them at all?
I use MetaMask every day, but I don't think I've had a chance to actually use the snap. But at the same time, I might, after this interview, I will just jump on it because I love to experiment and just.
My number one, I'll make 2 recommendations just because I'm a Degen. First off, Wallet Guard.
Okay.
Now, because they were the first snap integrated as a official MetaMask snap. So you can have a tab within your MetaMask to tell you what the JSON file is doing. So you know what's going in or going out and protecting you from that floor. And then the other one I would suggest, because I am a Degen chain agnostic, Soulflare integrated.
Yes, Soulflare. Yeah. I was in one of their workshops.
Soulflare was here? Solana?
No, this is another name. Soulflare.
Okay, yeah.
So I used on my Windows computer, I use other wallets. Yes, but on my MacBook, this is my heart. So it's like there are things I don't do here. There are things I will never open here. There is things I won't even bother opening here. So it's like my developer wallet is here. I don't mess around.
Yeah.
So that's why I always go around with two computers.
Okay. Hey, I'm the guy that goes around with. I used to go around with 2 computers, but like computers are heavy these days. People have a powerhouse.
Yeah.
I got like a torn shoulder that goes up.
Yeah, but is like everything is.
Everyone that's not in Web3 thinks I'm doing something illicit because I have 6 phones.
Oh wow, that is a lot. Yeah.
Three that I use. The other three that I sometimes carry with me.
Yeah, it's very, very important. You're a DJ, right?
Yeah.
And as a DJ, you need to at least 5 different wallets. Like that is the minimum.
Do you want to see something? These are all my wallets.
Wow.
Wait,
Ooh.
wait, 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 wait. Wait,
Okay.
there we go.
Okay. This is enough.
Yeah, that was over 120 different apps. Yeah, and I think
I had a little bit on my phone, probably like 7. I don't know.
yeah,
I have a little bit, not a lot.
yeah.
I can't compare mine with yours. Mine is
Oh.
like really little.
Yeah. Hey, yeah, I see Kepler, and I see. Let's see what else. What else you got? What other wallets you got? Mexi, we love Mexi. All right, Frentech.
Yeah.
Oh, Frentech. All right, what else you got?
Not a lot, but just something minor because I still have external, like one additional.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right,
Computer at
No.
home. But I'm a big Cosmos guy.
Cosmos is cool. Want
And
to know?
I got
Want to know?
airdrop from Modular, Celestia, Modular blockchain.
I. So I really like Cosmos I like the Atom ecosystem.
Yes.
Juno sort of turned me off to the entire Cosmos ecosystem.
Yeah, I don't know that right now.
I don't even have to say. I just say Juno, and you know exactly what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I know.
That's a horrible thing.
I think right now, my cousin always says this, right? Shout out to my cousin Anthony. Always says this that Cosmos, right, is the Ethereum that never was. Like, if you understand how the infrastructure and architecture of Cosmos is built, they should be on the same level with Ethereum.
Okay.
But nobody knows. Like, I think the management or the team, I know no more team anyway. So it's just so sad. It's like super sad because we know the tech is good.
Yeah.
From the tech standpoint, Cosmos ecosystem is one of the best.
So I got to make 2 shout outs. The only person that keeps me in the Cosmos ecosystem, Django Unchained, we love you. You're amazing. I love sharing panels with you, talking with you, and when we get into like our arguments on stage about decentralization, I love it. But the other thing that has me like frustrated, Kava. I like Kava, EVM Kava, but I feel like there's high schoolness in the Cosmos ecosystem. Kava isn't even in the Kepler wallet.
I think they are right now because
Not on the mobile app.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I haven't checked
You
that
have to go
because
to
yeah.
Leap.
Oh, they are on Leap. Oh, okay. So I just bridged some Kava from Cosmos to EVM probably 4 days ago to cover some gas fee for my
mobile experience.
It was super quick.
Oh,
it was like
okay.
It's like almost instant.
Yeah. Well, no, it is instant
like
that way.
instant.
So, all right. I remember when I wanted to get on Kava, EVM. It took me 48 clicks.
So great.
To get Kava on EVM.
Yeah.
And
it's terrible.
what I ended up having to do was getting junk on the Mexi, getting Kava,
they sent to Cosmos,
and then there was an auto deposit on Kava that deposited on me. Oh, excuse me.
Really?
Yeah, and the reason why I like Kava EVM is they have some really cool incentive pools on Beefy.
Oh, yeah. I mean, like Kava EVM is really, really good. And like you said, for me to be able to get my Kava on EVM, I had to go through centralized exchanges to Kava Cosmos, then bridge to Kava EVM. Or other alternative is to swap some of my Cosmos token, like my stable there, then swap to Kava, and then bridge the Kava. The experience needs to be, I mean, like if you are on Ethereum, EVM, they should be able to tell all the exchanges to integrate AVM compatibility so that you have the choices if you're using the centralized exchange to buy your car, but you easily transfer directly to the AVM without going through the route of
Yeah, the it is one of those bad things. The other person, um, uh, oh my gosh, Big V, you know who you are. But Human Protocol, so huge shout out to my cosmonauts on Osmosis. But I don't know. I think there's a my heart where your heart might be in Cosmos. My heart is in Polkadot.
Oh yeah, I mean, I'm actually writing an article right now highlighting the importance of protocol layer that actually leading in the area of blockchain interoperability. The top two is always the IBC and the
Substrate.
substrate. It's non-debatable.
And then
Like the tech is always good.
XCM is cross-chain
Yeah,
messaging. Yeah.
abbreviates. Yeah, we have ZK ZK Bridge.
Yeah.
There are a lot of them coming out.
Axelar has a good bridge.
Axelar has a, but problem is Axelar got stuck in testnet. That is my problem. Like they have the tech, they have the great bridge, terrible interfaces. Like the interface.
Satellite could use an update.
Yeah, I mean the interface is like terrible. And like shout out to Axelar team. We have great relationship with them at Certify. Like I love the team. I love what they're building.
Shout out to Kate.
So it's so I don't know. There are a lot of things that needs to be done. I think most of the Christmas and profile team are just waiting way too long, even with the tech, even though they have one of the greatest tech in their hand, but they're still waiting. I've participated in almost all para chain options. It's so what's the point?
So we're gonna give you some alpha on a wallet that we love for Polkadot. You might know it, Nova.
Yeah, I have Nova. Yes, yeah.
I love it because they take all the APIs for on-chain voting and make a clean. I can vote, I can crowd loan. It's amazing. So huge shout out to Nova Wallet. I like when I'm able to participate in governance and I don't have to do 20,000 things to try to find an IP.
Yeah, yes, exactly. Yeah, I know, right? Yeah, I mean, like if you just come to your wallet interface, there is voting going on. You just vote. Like, yeah, you don't like now. Let's take for instance on Stargate, right? When there is a new proposal, I need to constantly check in
Snapshot.
Snapshot. It's freaked me out. What if I'm gonna miss what's important?
Yeah.
Sometimes I don't remember. I'm doing like 1 million things in a week. I don't remember going to Snapshot.
And it sucks because sometimes they do like quick 3-day turnarounds.
The last one was like probably 2 days.
Yeah.
I almost missed
the thing I don't like about Snapshot is like, so I'm in, I think I cut some, but like, let's just say 15 DAOs on Snapshot. Once you vote for something, it still has a notification on the tab. You're like, wait, I already was. But it doesn't go away.
Yeah, sometimes
fix that Snapshot.
Sometimes I don't know if it was my internet. I was 100% sure that I voted, like voted.
Yeah.
Then I checked back in 2 days and I saw the same thing I voted for was like my vote wasn't there. I was like, normally I used to say voted, but I didn't say it. I was like, no, did I miss this one? But I'm pretty sure I voted, but I don't know. It might be my internet or some bug from my end.
So one of the cool things that I really like about voting is, and I hope we move away from it eventually, but I think it's a really good thing to showcase getting what can be built out, but incentivize participation, in proposals, in voting, and everything like that. So I want to say a quick shout out to ApeCoin DAO, and the back layer, Thrive, thank Ape, but ThriveCoin, which is providing that infrastructure for like on-chain voting and airdropping. For those that don't know, anyone can participate in ApeCoin DAO. You need one ApeCoin.
Oh, what?
1 coin equals 1 vote.
I've been advocating for this forever.
Yeah.
Right. So in an ideal DAO system, every vote, like every token, it's a one vote counts. Even though you have billions of those, a vote only counts.
So that's more like one wallet, one vote.
It could be, it's not wallet based, it could be token based. Like now, even
Yeah.
though I have 10 and you have 1 million, they have the same vote.
Yeah. Okay. So if you have 10 million tokens, you have 10 million votes with ApeCoin. If you have one token, you have one vote. One vote.
Like, and again, so this is how a lot of people who even make a proposal, delegate viewers talking to there and still manipulate the voting system or
Yeah.
like this. So that is my major concern with a lot of voting that comes with your amount. So also the bigger guys always win the vote. That's the problem. That you
It's a
cannot
scratch your back,
yeah,
I scratch yours.
exactly. So now you might say, okay, gather all your community members together, okay, delegate all your ape tokens to me, and then we could just make a proposal with voting. This proposal is going to pass based on the amount of token we have that we contribute to the voting class.
Yeah.
Imagine even though you have 1 billion token, but it's counting as one as an individual. Like okay, now if you go to a voting system like in an ideal world, as an individual, regardless of how many millions we got, we only vote once. I think that's top.
Yeah. So then that brings almost a little bit of centralization to the aspect. You know,
My design, initial design of DAO is always centralized, not until people start voting eventually, because the DAO will be formed by a group of centralized people. For the first few years, it's going to be centralized.
Yeah.
Then the community started taking over. Then
mission statements have to be made. Everything, a groundwork has to be laid before, like, why I think like with like games and game platforms, gaming studios, why they shouldn't be DAOs right away is because of feature creep. Everyone will want to vote on the next best thing, and we saw what happened with like Doom taking 15 years to make the second one because it was always wanting to add the new next best thing. Um, Feature creep, and uh, I part of me thinks WorldCoin might have a solution there because that whale might go and drop a few tokens in 100 wallets, and now they have 100 votes. But you know, not saying you can get around. There's ways to get around WorldCoin and stuff like that. Like we just go get random guys to go on board into that chain and vote.
Yeah, I mean, there is a lot of solution to it, but I don't know. WorldCoin might be one of the solutions. Also, I think there is a cryptographic solution based um, ZK identity proof kind of things that even though you have 10 wallets, there is a way with cryptographically prove that those 10 wallets belongs to you. Check a lot of things. There is a lot of solutions. I believe we're still very, very early. A lot of solutions coming. People are building. The problem will be solved. I'm very, very confident of that. But at the same time, we just have to wait.
And when we say we're early, I personally think we're about 10 years away now from blockchain in the home, sort of like the TV in the home, radio in the home, TCP, email in the home. We're already 15 years into this.
Yeah, actually,
and so
we've came a long way. Though.
Yeah,
we've like been like, and again, if you see the way the technology is changing rapidly, if you stay up as degen, as knowledgeable as you are, if you stay up for 1 year, you are coming back to different space. It's going to be completely different.
It is. People will move on from projects,
yes,
or they'll get either saltier or they'll get silent because they're like, yeah, I'm just the wise man. Ask me a question. I'm not going to open my mouth till I say something. But we become almost like tribal knowledge passed on.
Yes, that is how everything is. I mean, like there is the evolution of innovations, they kind of play in this regard whereby When I say we're still early, because I think we're still at this stage of maybe early adoptions. But things are rapidly changing, and if you've seen what happens within 4 years of development, we've seen massive innovation coming into play, like ZK, like the roll-up, the modularity blockchain. We've seen massive CCIPs coming up, bridges, acidic arbitrary messages. These are randomly, like, constantly changing. And like, now that people are actually getting gripped of what is to be developed,
Yeah.
it's going to change even more rapidly. Like, from now until next year, we're going to experience massive leap in development and innovation when it comes to blockchain.
It is, it's, we, so I've said this a few times, and I believe it's true. What we're building now isn't what it's going to be in 20 years. Because the little kid that's picking his nose right now hasn't decided yet what it's going to be.
Exactly. That is just the point. That is just the point.
We're like crushing buildings.
Yeah,
we're
making the groundwork.
Crushing like the old industries, the old way of doing things, and we're trying. Like, I think that I will be honest. I think too many dev tools are being built and not enough user things.
Yes. Yes.
Everyone wants to make a dev tool. Everyone wants to make something that a dev needs. Well, why don't we make things that users need? And especially right now, as we ramp up in this, cycle to the end, now I'm starting to see, me personally, I'm starting to see more apps that are coming out of development for users than, builders are building the heck. This scalability right now on like GitHub and stuff like that, and repos, and polls is astronomical from the last run.
Yes. I mean, things are changing. Like, things are rapidly changing, and at the same time, I think the previous problem we experienced was due to the fact that everybody wants to feel similar, right? Regardless, right? We're solving like 10 people trying to solve one problem.
Yeah. Yeah. Right now, I think one of the big platforms that's getting like pushed by and trying to be a solution is music and artists.
Yes.
You
And
know,
in a good idea world, that should be the something that we can call the entire ecosystem into mass adoption. Because entertainment per se,
yeah,
like, entertainment should be things that we should be using to attract even more user base. But everything about entertainment for me is being done wrongly when it comes to the blockchain, or maybe because the traditional or people doesn't want to get involved with the emerging technology. That might be the case.
yeah.
Right.
Well,
So
and I think too, it's the user experience. Like, some people will only use SoundCloud. Some people will only use YouTube Music. Some people will only use Spotify. Some people will only use like iHeartRadio. Because that's where they find their algorithm, or they start saving songs. So it's like where people start going to first, and they build a playlist. Once you find, like, all right, so this is my solution. You make an amazing, any site, any music site, you make it so that someone can build an amazing playlist and share it, or just keep listening to it and build upon it. That is where they will go, because people are lazy and they won't want to make a playlist somewhere else again.
I mean, I think the solution is this, right? You see what Chile did with CCIP by onboarding ANZ to Australia,
Yeah.
to start using CCIP, right? That is going to massively transition most of the user that is using those back into blockchain ecosystem. Then we need similar thing with music industry. We just need somebody one blockchain to convince Spotify or Apple to have their blockchain.
Spotify's on chain. Like,
Yeah.
Gala Music,
Yeah,
Showtime.
Ghana music. We are
Showtime.
on it, but
Yeah.
the user base is impacted. The amount of people that is actually streaming on Spotify, actually having a direct or correlated streaming on blockchain. Let's
Yeah.
say Spotify is actually from the back end, they integrated blockchain, maybe working with, let's say, Polygon, working with other blockchain. Do you know how many volume that we account for? Do you know how many people? And this is what we're talking about. Bring a blockchain to Mars.
And they don't even know it.
Yeah, you're using it, but
Yeah.
you're not aware of it.
Because you don't like an account abstraction is an amazing
Yes.
piece.
Yes, exactly. You just log in with your email and then
Yeah.
you know,
It's the same thing you do with everything else.
Yeah.
You know, your phone number and email, you know, and like maybe an authenticator app.
exactly. So
You know.
imagine if that happens. Now we just need one of the industry leader to be able to put out all the way jelly to CCI.
I personally really like Privy.
I
You know?
like Privy too. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like yeah, even
A really good use case of them is Giddy Wallet. You know,
I mean,
I
like,
just like that stuff.
yeah, they I think Privy is also
They're friend tech too.
yeah, they are also providing the API for renting
Yeah.
other social apps.
Oh man, yeah. Uh, so I'm on friend tech too. And then I'm on friend post or post friend on Arbitrum. On Arbitrum. Oh yeah, Fanta. Yeah, and then I'm on Frenzy, which is on Solana.
Yeah, the Solana.
And I went and bought some Gary Gensler.
Oh my god.
And
you're a real DJ.
And then I tweeted at him. I'm like, I just bought you. Does that make you a security? And then I went and bought the SEC. Am I trying to play with fire?
No. No.
Or am I just trying to have fun?
You just trying to have fun. Nobody's gonna not gonna get persecuted for that. It is a free world, so.
Oh yeah. And then I thought ahead. I went and bought a shit ton of Taylor Swift.
Who's selling those?
Taylor with the one on Solana, they don't have to register. You can go buy them before they even. Yeah. So I went and bought a bunch of Taylor Swift 13 from her official account. I went and talked to a Swiftie to make sure I was on her right one. Yeah.
Yeah, we need Taylor Swift.
Oh yeah.
Just one choice.
And I think someone just needs to like. She owns her music. She loves ownership and she understands it from an artist because she's had it stolen from her.
She also owned fans.
Yeah.
Fans is like one of the biggest super loyal.
Yeah.
Let's imagine break those core fan base to
imagine Taylor's like so one of the biggest things like this was a funny thing that I saw. I bring in politics into this for a second. I apologize, but with the last Taylor Swift concert ticket release, like none of Taylor Swift's fans got to buy the tickets. It was all scalpers, and so then Biden tweeted, "We're going to help with the," and I'm like, "Wait a second, that is your priority?" And
I was like, "What is going on in America?"
Yeah.
Like, what is going on?
I don't even know, and I'm in America, but I like what happened if you made Taylor Swift tickets soulbound tokens, so then you could go buy them, but then you could, you only one.
Only you can hold it. It's
Yeah.
soulbound. It's like also every concert you attend will be added to your achievement,
Yeah.
your record.
And so you could do like a 6551 modulated token,
Exactly.
and like get a new POAP for every Taylor, and it just sort of, and then what's cool is then like they know who those people are on chain, and they could send them like special invites. But what I'm thinking with the soulbound is that like once someone tries to buy them all, they can't sell them.
Yeah.
Or what the solution was what was it 100% royalty. So they can sell it, but then 100% royalty.
Yeah, that if they could sell it or transfer ownership, or
that would keep it decentralized.
Yeah, that would keep it, but not anymore as a soulbound.
Yeah.
Project, but at the same time could be used as kind of NFT with transfer ownership, right? But at the same time, there would be a chain of okay, this owner transfer this ownership to you. Most of the revenue will come to the original owner, or maybe split revenue.
I do got to give a shout out to Blau. He created a platform Royal. Launched last year and did like sellouts of like chain smokers and stuff like that, and whoever bought that revenue share pieces, those NFTs, they get 100% distribution of the royalties that the song actually has, like Chainsmokers and other huge artists, including Blau himself.
Yeah, that is the best way to reward your loyal community.
Yeah.
This is like revenue sharing mechanism. This is just the best way to go. Like if you're building any project that is community oriented, that's like fun, you need to incentivize them, you need to reward them, share the revenue with them, and that will bring them, like that will also bring more, because they know if I'm spending $1, there is possibility of having a 1 cent back.
Yeah.
And people, no matter how small it is, right? People will always come for that little bit.
Yeah, it's that like, you spend $100, you get $10, of cash back or something like that, and then it's a repeatable method, because in Web 2, they're selling consumable items. In Web 3, we're like, oh, it's immutable, it will last forever. So then, like, it's sort of weird.
Yeah.
Like, okay, it lasts forever, but it was a one-time thing. It's a consumable.
And let's say it doesn't last forever, it might be there without bringing any accumulating any value. It makes it as well as useless, because it's only valuable when first time you buy it. So you consume it, after that it's useless. You want to own something that even though you forget about it, you might wake up and come back to it next time. Oh, I've accumulated this point. Wow, how come? Let me continue using it.
Yeah. And that's I do love like block explorers for that. Dbank is like my best friend.
Oh my god, yeah, I've been trying. Yeah, there's a lot I need to do with the bank right now.
I always have to do that.
The bank and DeFi, it's like I need to do a lot right now.
Yeah.
Probably when I get back to Madrid and this. So yeah.
So are you staying here for all of SmartCon as well?
Yes, I'll be here for 4 days.
Nice. Then we're gonna have some fun. We're gonna have to do some more videos, because we were supposed to only do 20 minutes, and we're coming up on 50. So just so now, we are now on our 6th block of Bitcoin being mined. So since we started this conversation,
nice timestamps.
Yeah.
Okay.
But man, this has been an amazing conversation. Thank you so much. Yeah, we've been and so but what is one of the speakers you're looking forward to at SmartCon? Okay. I gotta get my Sergey on. Yeah. All right.
Yes, please. Yes, I can get it over here.
All right.
Like when someone speaks exactly what you want to hear, or where their vision is directly aligned with yours, and so I can listen to him.
What is one thing you want to get out of Chainlink?
Everything.
One thing.
I mean, like everything that's Chainlink has to offer.
Who's one person you want to meet?
Oh, nice stuff. I've met a lot of people today. I've met Collins. I've met a lot of like cool people. I just want to meet everybody. I don't know. Everybody that is coming.
I love it. That's the same way I am. I just want to meet everyone. Yeah, I go and talk to everyone, and I get to meet amazing people at these conferences. Like I get around a little bit.
And the fun part is you've seen them so much probably on YouTube or videos. Now when you meet them, you realize like I know this person. They're like so super familiar.
Yeah.
Whether you're meeting them for the first time, it's like I know this.
I'm gonna throw a zing out. Like someone who watched Charles Hoskinson for a really long time. Have you ever watched him speak from his Denver office? Cardano guy? Yeah. So,
I think I was I think last year I was showing the video, one of the speech to one of my colleagues. I was like, the thing is, we use machine on Cardano as much as they have one of the best lawyer community ever.
Yeah.
And then the way they prioritize security over speed is incredibly slow. Like, you know,
Yeah, but it's so
it's kind of just like, I'm like, Canada is like a stable point. It's
yeah,
like, no, but you're not gonna get hacked. You're gonna be here, but you're not gonna roll out things
yeah,
you want to see. But security is very, very important. Anything else, we don't give a shit.
yeah. So I have you do not know how much love I have for this person.
Oh my god,
But
yeah, I listened to him
but
speak a
no,
lot.
not him, but this person
Oh,
that like they've listened to him for so long that they knew the name of his red lobster that he has attached to his microphone, and they got me to try to suggest a name for the lobster.
what?
And I remember that time and how like I was like they're like, oh, that's the name, because people were like putting up, and I'm like, well, I'll just message him. And then like when he read it, he's like I'm like, yeah, you know. But I don't know, Cardano has a long way to go, I think.
Yes, long, long way to go. And I believe it's all by design. It's not as if they don't have what it takes to start rolling out
It will be
as a
interesting to
license.
see how Mithril comes about with EVM and CCIP.
Yeah, yeah,
You know,
yeah.
so people, will have interactions between Cardano and any other EVM chain. Um, I want to know one of the worst faux pas I've done about Charles Hoskinson. I was in a Degen Jeopardy tournament
Oh, oh,
playing for, it was supposed to only be 5 questions, but it went to like 13.
yeah, okay.
And I just watched a video on Richard Hart. And so it was, who's the founder of Cardano? And I slammed my button and I was like, Richard Hoskinson. and and as soon as I'm like, that's not right, but right.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, yeah. And then I respond. I was like, oh wait, no, Charles Hoskin. And then the other guy finally, he's like, Charles Hoskinson. And I think Hosky Token did not like me for that. They if they could have given me a thumbs down on that tweet, they would have,
Oh
but they
no.
still gave it a like. Yeah,
Yeah, the win is a win.
a win is a win, and I ended up winning. Well, a win is a win when you get paid.
I mean, like,
But I got on stage
that is the win.
and
That is massive.
I got an Ed McMahon check
Okay.
of my winning, and I still have that Ed McMahon check.
Yeah,
It's not
the
an
win is a
actual
win.
check, but
The
it's like
win is
it
a
was a
win.
cardboard
Yeah,
cutout,
the win
and
is a
an
win.
amazing person carried that for me.
The win is a win. Like I
Yeah,
said, the win is a win.
yeah,
Even though there's no any financial reward or incentives,
yeah,
you have something that you will look and say, yeah, I was here. So,
yeah. No,
it's like exactly. You see all these? These are wins. If
yeah,
every single of them represent wins, it's because you've been to all the conferences, you've met a lot of people, you've spoke with a lot of people, you've learned new things. Sometimes you get pissed off. The city you don't want to go back to. Oh, a win.
uh, I haven't found a city I don't want to go back to. I have found an airport,
You don't want to go back to. Wait.
Charles de Gaulle. I never want to leave out of Charles de Gaulle Airport ever again. I've had to leave out of Charles de Gaulle 3 times.
Mhm.
Only been in Paris twice, but I've had to leave out of it 3 times because like one was like a transfer or something like that. But I never. Oh my god! Like I almost had a mental breakdown one time, and uh, it was yeah. But what that actually happened, it ended up keeping me in Paris for like an extra day and a half or so. So I wasn't there for conference. I wasn't there with any team members. I was there by myself. And I actually finally got to go be a tourist in Paris.
Walk around.
Yeah,
Yeah. It's
and
like that's a way of actually making you spend more money.
I didn't spend any money because I think but I
I
I
mean, like,
got to go like look at buildings that I didn't get to like have a chance to look at because I was like in conference, you
okay,
know.
yeah.
I think so. This is my first time to Barcelona. I landed here at 7 o'clock this morning, hopped on the A1, went and bought a 5-day bus pass, hopped on the A1, and then it dropped me off at the Fountain Plaza.
Yeah,
That was the sunrise for me.
yeah. Spain is like Barcelona, Madrid, is even Valencia.
Yeah.
The transportation system is top notch. So if you know your way around or you're the person who like to explore, do new things, you just go. And the good thing in Barcelona is once you got the pass, which works both on metro and the buses.
Okay.
So you can just step out of metro and go, and that one
Get
pass
lost.
becomes, yeah,
Go get
do
lost.
whatever you want.
I have conference goes until the 4th, so I have all day on the 5th to go get lost and be a tourist, and then I leave on the 6th.
Yeah, you're gonna enjoy Barcelona.
Yeah. So no, and then but it, this is just an amazing time. There's so many cool builders. Chainlink went above and beyond with just the setup for the hackers. These chairs we are sitting in.
This is one of the best ever. Everything is customized.
And I love, like, I go to Solana hacker houses all the time, every chance I can. I have not seen the chairs done.
Yeah, it's not leadership. Like the constant, unlimited amount of refreshment, unlimited amount of coffee, energy drink.
There's like 40 Red Bulls up there I can go get.
Everything, whatever.
Yeah.
Now we're gonna stay
And
here.
there's food.
Everything is here.
Yeah.
Like I'm gonna be here all night. Now they already saved additional food. So
Yeah. So what are you building?
Oh,
It took us an hour to get to that question.
oh my God. Yeah, I'm just preparing for the November hackathon. I'm building a project that I cannot disclose right now, but one thing I can say about it is a decentralized collective due diligence platform where the community, everybody could perform a report on their upcoming or emerging blockchain project, and everybody got rewarded. So now it's fully decentralized. People work collaboratively. There will be some DAO integration. I hate the word DAO. I don't want to use that because I'm actually building up a new concept that reward everybody that participate in the research. So we have maybe junior researcher, intermediary.
Research?
Yes, it's gonna be more of like, yeah, there's gonna be pro research, but it's gonna be more of like so on.
Participation.
Yes. So whenever you submit a report, if the report is being validated by other researcher that okay, this is validated, you got a stamp. It's added to your achievement points. The achievement point is not transferable by any means. It's your research. Like everything is yours. It's a soul bond, but it record progress. It record achievement, but you could only accumulate those points by participating in the report, either by um, making an extensive or elaborative due diligence report on a project, and then the project needs to be verified and validated by other researchers. So it's not just one person, it's not autonomous. You have the chance of working autonomously, but it's going to be a collective intelligence that's really good.
Okay. Nice. So you want to get rid of DAO tooling. Everyone's coming up with new DAO tooling, yet no one has a solution.
Yes, exactly. Nobody has a solution. I'm not trying to reinvent the wheel. I'm not trying to get rid of. Actually, I'm just trying to be a little bit creative. Yeah. Adding to this, maybe my creativity might actually improve the existing system we have right now. That people start adopting that. So I don't want to just because it's now because DAO totally is not okay, right? We all accept it, but within this disruptive change that people will say, okay, this might be okay, we could add to this. The more we keep adding to that, then we might have a good complete solution.
My number one feedback to anyone that's making DAO tooling, and I'll say this now, undelegation after a vote. So that way people have to redelegate, or and the natural selection is abstaining, not no or yes.
Wow, geez, I'm just thinking about the technical complexity.
Oh, that's a lot on chain shit.
Yeah.
But at the same time, some people just like they delegate and then they forget.
Yes, there is a lot of yes. I think the point is once a lot of people, and again, say okay. So I'm going to give an example of optimism airdrop. They did
Yep.
a recent airdrop, and most of this airdrop is based on undelegated tokens, right? People who I did not delegate my token, I undelegated my token, but they have the chance of receiving the airdrop because I didn't get my token today. So, and again, people might say, okay, why should I if
I want to vote.
yeah, exactly. I mean, like, yes, there should be a process of, regardless of the amount of token that is needed to participate in a vote. I don't have to delegate my token to for someone to vote. No, it's like in a real world, that is it's not good. No, it's like okay, I tell my dad, oh, go vote for me, have my vote.
Yeah.
For whoever you want. What if the proposal that they are voting for might be something I want to vote against?
Yeah. Yeah. No, it comes to, you know, um, I just, I'll tell you about it after the show, but I remember a DAO vote that was super controversial where it, it even caught like every, and it was one of those things to where damned if you do, damned if you don't, situations. Um, and, because it didn't go the way people wanted it to, because of delegated votes, um, they declared the system broken, and it turned a lot of people, I think, away from Web3. And so, and then a lot of protocols that had power in that vote abstained, or they were no vote, not a no, but they didn't vote. And I don't think that it should be abstain, yes or no.
Yes.
For against abstain. And the reason why I say for against abstain is because I believe in Robert's Rules of Order. I was a 13-year-old kid the first time I read that book, and then I read it again when I was like 16, and then I read it again when I was like 24. And I think that is a very good structure for DAOs and DAO voting. You know, and advise on such. But I don't know. I think there isn't a one solution.
No, there is not a one solution for it when it comes to that.
Yeah.
Because there is a lot of things that need to put into perspective. The purpose that is important, the system that you want to maintain, the technological implication of what you're trying to maintain, and how people who actually manipulate those, and that is what thing that DAOs are not actually. If you want to build a perfect DAO, you shouldn't focus so much on the implement the right solution. You should focus a lot on people not misusing or abusing the system.
Well, I think elasticity is a really good piece
Yeah.
in that. But I also, one of the things that I would love to see is, oh my gosh, there's a term for it, competency-based voting. So, like, let's say there's a medical DAO. Now, do you want Joe Blow, who stayed at a Holiday Inn Express, voting on a research paper about brain surgery, or do you want only brain surgeons
And this is one
voting on it?
Yeah, this is one problem I'm trying to solve. The reputation or competency-based voting system. If you and this could be actually done during extensive ZK identity proofs, whereby we have auditors that okay before you be able to vote on, let's assume a tokenomics aspect of a system, that means you need to be an expert in economics or you have multiple tokenomics related activities recorded on your public space or your wallet. We need to be able to get this data to quantify that okay, you are perfect, you're fit for this project. Right? Because a lot of people will just don't a lot of people doesn't even read the proposal and they just click yes or no.
They click the first
Yeah.
button.
Yes.
That,
Or the button that is being voted most. If
yeah.
everybody say yes, yes, everybody say yes.
Or the UI is broken or something.
So
Yeah.
like you said, competence and reputation based or experience based voting would be my self-respect.
Yeah.
My self-respect. Regardless of how many tokens you have, you cannot vote if your experience, your competency says otherwise.
Yeah. Yeah. No. I think this might not necessarily be. It's not necessarily competency, but they're pulling in more and more specialized POAP attributions. But get coin passport
Oh yes,
or passbook.
yeah,
Passport or passbook? Passport.
I got Bitcoin, I got that, I got uh, uh Galaxy passport, I
Yeah.
got there is other one like layer three. There's multiple proof of humanity.
Degen Cafe.
Yeah, proof of humanity in ways.
Yeah.
That is actually it's very good, but the problem with that is you're being verified based on your social.
Yeah.
A lot of people can lie on about their experiences on the social media, right? And not everybody want to actually bring their passport or their credential, like university certificate, to be available on chain. But imagine if every university adapts using the blockchain with cryptographically code this without actually showing it.
Yeah.
Nobody's, but there is some function you could call with zero knowledge proof that we show this person actually have this experience without actually showing.
There, I heard this maybe 3 or 4 months ago. There are more people graduating from Harvard on this year on LinkedIn than in the entire alumni total.
Yes, everybody, that is one of the things about LinkedIn. Everybody fake everything without proper verification. What if, okay, studying in Harvard, what if there is a proof of authentication whereby people actually authenticate your student ID card or your admin or whatever, or your certificate, right? This cool. Actually, once this is being verified, it will show, okay, take graduated from Harvard. Like this is not, and this could be done with blockchain using cryptography, like zero knowledge stuff. It's already there is already existed.
I feel like that you might be receptive to this. This is very like it's been very controversial among my friends and stuff like that. I I understand the tech. I went and scanned my face with WorldCoin
I didn't do that. I would never do that.
because so I got on the airplane at JFK. I didn't even pull out my passport. It just a camera looked at my face and it said my name and my seat number.
Wow. You.
Yep.
Oh. And again, the problem with that is how secure are those credentials.
So that like that's an airport with my data like that. But here, where I see it is the technology of it being put into an identifiable hash, and all it does is compare that hash to everyone else and make sure that it's not the same hash, and then it ties it to one wallet. And so then it, proof of uniqueness. Yeah, and so then it's not kept, it's not stored, it's not stored on chain, and that's why I did it, because I was like, look, it's a degen wallet. I'm never going to do anything else with it.
Yeah. What is you need to understand, like
I know what my piece with it right now.
Yeah. I mean, like it's something I could do if I actually trust the team that is behind our without. What if, because there's going to be a lot of speculation, conspiracy theories, and all that. Those things are coming from the development of the best innovation in the recent year, the AI, wherever they're coming from Web2 ecosystem. We don't know what kind of relationship they have with state and all that, right? You need to put all of it into perspective.
Yeah, and
that's one of the reasons I'm not a criminal. I put my face anywhere.
I look at it this way: state already has my ID, my face. I have a passport, so the Fed have it.
But now they have more access to the
no, they have me to one wallet that WorldCoin made for me. I don't do anything else with it. Yeah, I don't send anything to it. I don't, because I'm in the U.S. I can't do a lot with it. Oh, I'm in New York, so whenever I try to hit up a DApp, it will say your IP says you are in Iran, North Korea, or New York.
I've tried to use originally from Nigeria, still have my Nigeria passport, and there is a way I wanted to KYC for a crypto project, and I couldn't KYC, and they say, oh, your country is not allowed because of the government regulation. I was like, okay, first of all, Nigerian government never banned cryptocurrency. They only banned the bank off ramp and on ramp wherever. So I don't know why Nigeria is in this list, but this information is not correct. I'm like, okay, you don't want me to use a platform? I'm out.
Are you gonna go do the island nation of Palau KYC?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I mean, like,
signed off on by Talent.
I mean,
How
like,
be his name?
I'm still waiting for the final version of that. It's just because it's been
digital residency seems to be the new thing. Like someone is like, I got 7 passports.
Yeah, it should be one. I mean, like I said, we're still very, very early. Like we might be transitioning into other places. Right? Okay, like now, I live in Spain. I'm a Nigerian, but I have just a residency of Estonia.
Mm-hmm. I just have to say, I think you're one of the first Estonians I've met. And I have always loved that country's name, because no matter how hard I try, and I don't know if you're gonna, I always think of Encino Man. Brendan Fraser, Encino Man, whenever I hear of Estonia. And then I think of Pauly Shore.
Oh man, this is really funny. Oh no.
Estonia, man. Yeah.
That's a cool country. I mean, it's like with your e-residence, you have set up a business, have a bank account, do a lot of things, valid for 5 years.
Do you have to visit the country mandatorily?
No, you don't have this e-residence. So it's not a permit to visit, it's just a permit to operate a business. Yeah, like we will have your own, they will assign a residence address to you, you have a taxes paid there, you have a bank account. I could be here in Spain operating my company in Estonia, which is actually visiting.
I think how much did that cost?
It's €100.
100 euro. Oh my gosh.
If you just apply, US they will send the car to the nearest Estonia embassy in US, and you go pick it up, and then you just have to activate it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That is amazing, balls. And for one of the things I learned today, 100 euros is technically $105. Though the bank
now
that's what it was. That was the money transfer this morning.
Oh wow, it's cheap. I still got charged with my card, with my crypto card. The 18 euro is like 9.
So I used my crypto card this morning because I didn't look at the rates first. I used just the bank to get 100 euros, and it was $123, and then $7 fees. I was like, all right, $130, and then I was like, that's going to be like, I think that's like, I think 100 euros is really like 120, 115 bucks.
It's euro right now based on my rate this morning from dollar to euros. That I just changed 100 euro. It was $109.
Yeah. That's a good turnaround. I was in the U.S. yesterday, and I have 50 pounds, and I wanted to change 50 pounds to 50 euro, or to euros, and they're like, no, we can't do foreign to foreign. We have to do foreign to U.S. to foreign. So from 50 pounds, I was going to. So I did the math in my head dollar wise. They were going to take Yeah, 26%. No,
My
no, no,
God,
no,
they
no, no,
need to
not
convert
not not
to
26. So they had to go from pounds to
dollars,
dollar and
then
then
those
dollar
dollars to
to euro.
euros. That
So
is
first they were going to charge me $14. So I was gonna get $36 American dollars, and then changing dollars to euros, they were gonna charge me a $10 fee. So $26 in your worth of euros
wow, that
from
is
50, and I
wow,
was like,
wow.
"Yep,
I know.
bye."
I would probably give it to homeless people.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
No,
Yeah.
no way.
Um, we are now on our eighth Bitcoin block.
Yeah. Have the
Um,
math in your head.
yeah. Man, it has been Joel. It has been amazing talking with you. I'm going to open a can of worms, but cap us at 2 minutes. Solana.
My take on it. Well, man, I don't know how to feel about Solana. I used to love to take like a lot. I love the community. Solana community is one of the respected community so far, and they changed the entire ecosystem of NFT. They actually challenged the godfather of NFT protocol, and they almost won the fight until
Open
yeah,
sea.
yeah. So I mean, like. And with the FTX things, with the Alameda research things with Solana, and they still here, like kudos to, yeah, I don't know. They got all my respect. With everything that happens with FTS and Alameda, Solana is still like unshakable. Yeah, they're gonna be here for a long time.
So, this is our 408th episode.
Wow, you've been to places.
Yeah. Well,
You've
so
met people.
this is TacoBytes, your daily bite of Degen. So this is the 408th episode. Yesterday we forgot to do an episode before we got on the plane, so we had to do the episode live from the plane.
Wow, cool. How do you have internet to put out?
It cost me $25
Oh, okay, what?
for
Yeah.
30 minutes worth of internet time.
Oh, that was nice.
But it was yeah, and then we got rugged like a minute and a half into it, so of a 4 minute quick bite. But we end every episode the same way when we have someone on stage with us or not. We end with uh, final thoughts, words of wisdom, and then I say the best, worst knock knock joke on the face of the planet. So final thoughts.
This has been a great interview or conversation, if I may say, and man, it's been great. Been here at SmartCon. Like the first day has been like the experience has been great. I'm here for the tech, not for the money. I'm here for the blockchain ecosystem. I'm here for the tech. So I'm gonna be here for a long time. I'm gonna eventually build my own project. Maybe somehow we use it or nobody use it as the part of my experience. I love experience. I love learning. That
Make
is my
something
part.
that you want to use.
Exactly. Something that I think the ecosystem needs. That's exactly what I'm trying to.
Not even able to make something that you would want to use.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
Screw everyone else.
And again, you know, a tree cannot make a forest.
Yeah, so you make a tree.
So,
All right.
like, okay, so final thoughts, just keep building, keep doing whatever that we progress the ecosystem of blockchain and keep advocating, being the right evangelist, preaching the words to the people, to your community, to your father, to your mother, to everybody. Let everybody come and join the movement. Um, Keep listening to Taco Tuesday.
TacoBytes. Yeah,
Yeah, I just butchered the word. Sorry.
that's
Anyway,
all right.
yeah.
Don't listen to me. My life is crypto, cigars, and caffeine. If you are influenced by me, prepare to get wrecked.
Oh, you're going to be right in a good way, though. So
Yeah.
you're gonna learn a lot. You're gonna. No, this dude has over 100 wallets. Wow. I'm gonna tell my cousin about this.
Oh man. All right. That was builders keep on building. So my closing thoughts. day one SmartCon hackathon was amazing. Huge shout out to the entire Chainlink team. This sounds like brown nosing, but this morning they went out of their way for me. It was amazing. They're going to be helping me authorize some special interviews. I just want to say thank you.
I mean, like Chainlink has one of the best people, like cool, like the Chainlink Club, the Chainlink Advocate, the Chainlink community is just so accepting. It's one of the places you want to be.
Yeah, no, and this has been amazing. And so please, everyone, give authority_Joel a follow. And that is this man right here. And then at the same time, please check out Chainlink and look at CCIP, cross-chain interoperability protocol, and see what's being built out there. Are there other things out there like it? Not yet, but there is competition, and so we'll see who wins or see who does it differently. And I end with my final words of wisdom. I've said this words of wisdom 408 times now.
Oh wow!
Yeah,
wow,
same words of wisdom, and then the best worst knock joke is the same as well. A closed mouth does not get fed, and you cannot feed a closed mouth. Meaning, if no one knows you're looking for opportunity can never come and knock it. And if opportunity does come knocking and no one answers, it's going to keep on walking. I want to shout out to Liam, all my love, and then I also want to end with the best worst knock joke. But first, I want to thank everyone on YouTube channel 2, Twitch, Telegram, LinkedIn, and Warpcaster and Unlonely for joining us, and then everyone to Twitter. Huge love and respect, and thank you for joining us. We are now on our 9th block of Bitcoin. So yay. It just keeps working, I guess. It just keeps going.
Keep going.
And we will see you all tomorrow with some live videos of talks, other interviews, and then TacoBytes 409.
But some game streaming too. So you're gonna stream some games today.
Oh, definitely. Definitely.
Pre-game is coming.
Yes, pre-game, it looks amazing. I'm really excited for it. So, are you ready for the best worst knock joke?
Okay, let's go. Vamos.
Knock knock.
Who's there?